Okay, should be connected. Yep, there we go. We are connected. So, yeah, welcome to our New Year's Eve live stream. Give it a second for people to start joining since, again, I never announce these things, I just do them. So, yeah, let's just give it a second for some people to join. But if you're watching the rewind of it or anything like that, sitting on the board right here, on the desk right here, is a 2007 to 2014 circuit board. This one was a mail-in repair. It's just sitting here waiting for me to he's actually going to send me a different board. This one is came back for warranty work. So this one's not one of the ones from Jeff. It was just sitting here on the bench before I started the live stream. So I'm about to move it. But what was going on with it is kind of this part of the microcontroller right here keeps getting fried on it. So the original one got fried. I replaced it. It seemed to have been just a fluke. I'd never seen that problem before. Seemed to have been a fluke, so put the new one on, tested it, ran it on the bench for an hour or so. Didn't see any problems. Sent it back to the customer. About a week later, or sorry, not a week later, about a month or two later, I got an email from him that it had died again. So this one, same instrument cluster, put another new microcontroller on it. I ran it for a day straight on the bench trying to find something to show up because it's got to have something wrong with it. There's something wrong with this circuit board. Nothing really showed itself as being a problem, so he's just going to go with a replacement board. Jeff sent me 6 circuit boards because he knew I was going to need one. I just finished going through them all. Unfortunately, none of them are the correct one. None of them have the combination of the 3 pin voltage regulator and the manual screen. So I probably could use one of the 3 pins with the PRNDL123 and just swap the screen because the software will take care of the rest of that. But I haven't looked into it too much to see if that's possible. It may not be. They may actually be a different layout too. So really depends on how it's laid out on if that's possible or not. So more homework would have to be done to do it, and I'm not interested in trying to do that on a customer's board. I may do it later, just for fun for learning. So yeah, welcome. All right. So yeah, let's get this one off of here. I just don't need it on the bench. It was just sitting here because I was looking at it. I was comparing it to these other ones. We'll start with one of these. Okay, so no, not that one. We're gonna start with one of the ones that he got. I guess a junkyard syndrome or something that they say program that cluster must be programmed or program cluster. Haven't ever seen one say that before. I'm assuming it's like a custom ROM people are putting on there to basically set way if you buy one from the junkyard, you have to get it programmed. So let me power one of these up and see that because that's a new one for me. Um, See if it says that. All right, oh 07. So that is the correct plug. And yes, this is my first live stream since the channel got monetized, so y'all will probably see ads, unfortunately. I want to buy a new microphone, so as soon as I got monetized, I was like, I'm gonna run this hard to pay for a new microphone, and then I will after I pay for a new microphone, I will turn off mid-roll ads because I know everybody hates mid-roll ads. I hate them too. So those will go away once I get a new microphone. I think I'm gonna go with one of the like Rode lav mics because I still want something that's close to my face, so that way um I am not picking up all the noise from the fume extractor and all of that stuff, because we all know nobody likes noise. Alright, so let's power this one up and see what it does. These things boot up so slow. Yep. So it just says program cluster. Yeah, I've never seen one say that before. It just says it on boot up. That's interesting. Huh, and it stays. That does go away eventually. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a different ROM on there and see if that fixes it. Because I doubt it's on the EEPROM. It's probably on the microcontroller. So disconnect ground. And so if you've seen any of my videos before on this, let me switch the screen so that way I can zoom in on what I'm actually doing. All right, zoom in on this. If you've seen any of my videos before on programming this, you know we're just going to use a Seger J-Link to program it. So that's this guy right here. Yes, this is the EDU version because I don't do this commercially. This license is not commercial on that. So this is for educational purposes that we're using this J-Link. We're learning from it. So yeah, that's the basics of doing it. Is we're gonna solder into this JTAG connection that's up here on the top of the microcontroller. Then we need a V reference and a ground for it, and that's it. So let's get to doing this. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head which one is of the 5 volts. I believe it's the bottom one, but let me double check that. Let's go volt 20. Turn it on. Okay. Guess I got to turn this one on too. Alright. I hate that it actually needs the V reference and that I can't just tell it what the voltage is. Yep. So the bottom one is that. So yeah. Yeah, again, I've never seen one that says program cluster before. Thank you, Brent. Back at you. Happy New Year's and same to your family. And best of luck with 2021. Hopefully it is a better year than 2020 has been to everyone. 2020 has not been a good year for pretty much anyone unless you're like Jeff Bezos and just raking in the money from everybody shopping on Amazon instead of going to the store. I mean, you might think that hospitals did well, but hospitals don't make money off of sick people like they do. Elective surgeries are where they make their money. So, and they couldn't do them with COVID. A lot of hospitals just were not doing elective surgeries. Even like states weren't allowing it for a while. So, it's been a tough year for everyone, including hospitals. Of course, it's a tough year for their staff too. All right. Just a little flux on everything there. Flux makes everything easier. Okay. So let's get our V reference. And yeah, so these 6 instrument clusters that we will be looking at, I'm not going to fix all of them because most of them are dead microcontrollers and those take a while. We'd be at this for 6 hours if I did that. We're going to try programming one of these. It says program cluster. See what happens. See what happens if we program it. I'm going to save that ROM too, so that way I can use it for when I sell them on eBay. Make people go get them programmed with the correct mileage. I really don't sell any on eBay though, so. But if I were to start doing that, that is what I would do. I would put that ROM on there, so that way people get the correct mileage programmed on there if they're not opting into it, because I guess your other option is to just not sell them a cluster if they don't tell you what the mileage is to program it. Speaking of odometer fraud and all of that, did you guys see the new regulation? They are now so odometer readings are normally 10 years exempt federally, so after 10 years, they really don't care too much about it. I mean, odometer fraud's odometer fraud, you still can't lie about it, but titles aren't required to show the mileage after 10 years. Now, a lot of states still require it to show it, but like here in Florida, since federal law is 10 years, Florida only goes to 10 years. Um, They've updated the law. They changed it. It is now 20 years, but they grandfathered in most cars. So it was only back to like 2011. I'd have to go look at the article again. But yeah, like if your car was made in 2011, the title exemption, the 10-year exemption is not next year. You still have to provide odometer reading up until 2030. So, um, yeah, hopefully none of y'all committed odometer fraud thinking like, oh, my car's about to be exempt, because y'all are gonna get caught, and you deserve it to get caught. Every one of y'all scammers out there. All right, so I forgot the JTAG connections V reference. I know where ground is. Ground is the second pin on the bottom. Let me pull up the thing. I'll just pull it up on Google and show it to you guys, so that way y'all know. Oh, we're not just going off the top of my head. Okay. J-Link. Pin out. Sorry, I have to Google it. I don't have it off the top of my head. This picture's it. Okay, I got it pulled up. Switch the screen here, just that way y'all can see it. Alright. So yeah, this one is it. So V reference is pin 1. So pin 1 would be this one. Alright. Then ground is going to be right there. Alright, let's put in the rest of these and hook them up too. What's going to happen is I'm going to forget that I put the screen share up here in a second. Y'all are just going to have to watch me do this. Well, the next thing I'm showing is on the screen. So I have a piece of paper here that's just the printout of, it's page 19 of this guy's data sheet. It has the dedicated pins for JTAG listed there, and I wrote down what pin number they go to on the J-Link, and I wrote down their test point number on there, just that way I have them. So yeah, so the test point 13 is going to pin 3, which that is reset. So pin 3, second one over from the top, and this just goes backwards from here, and you skip pin 11 and go to 13 on TP9. TP9 is 13. I could have pre-wired this thing up for the video. Would have saved a little bit of time. I'm only gonna live stream for about an hour, because in an hour we're doing dinner, so gotta do some family time. But I figured I'd get some time with you guys while we're cooking dinner. So yeah, switching the screen back here so that way y'all can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, pin 11 is going to 7. That's the wrong kind of cable. Here's another one. You can get away with not soldering these in, just sticking them in there and hoping for a spring tension kind of contact there. But I have had reliability issues doing that, so I just solder them into the test point. It's really not that hard. And so yeah, today just dealing with the ones that I got from Jeff. Another viewer of the channel, Mario, sent in 12 instrument clusters. I got a 30-pound box of instrument clusters yesterday. Um, and most of them are between '03 and 2007, and almost all of them are dead CPUs. I started going through it, and they're almost all dead CPUs. So I'll have to talk to him, see what exactly he wants to do. Dead CPUs are definitely kind of a big job. All right, so that should be all of those. Should be able to power this up now. All right, and go into the J-Link software. Oops, I don't know what I just opened. All right, JFlash. We'll use JFlash so you can read it. Oh, what did I open? Holy. Oh, the slicer, Creality slicer. Okay, let me um, start JFlash. Okay, I'll switch screens now so that y'all can see what I'm doing, because this isn't useful not showing you. All right. Oh, that doesn't help y'all either. Okay, there we go. Um, so, yep, here is the software. I think I got the right chipset here. Let's just go ahead and connect to it. Yep, not using it for commercial uses here. All right. Yep, we connected, so let's go manually program, read back entire chip. So, all right. There you go. Look at how much faster that is than using the. By the way, but it's just in reset whatever one it's on. So, ER is what we got there. Okay. So we're going to save this as I believe this is a 2008, because of or no, this is newer than 2008 because it's got this voltage regulator has an enable pin. It's the same voltage regulator. It's a 3-pin one, except with an enable. The manufacturer made it, so that's what it'll cause problems if you try to use the flash of one that doesn't have the enable pin on one that needs the enable pin. Oh crap! I don't know if I have one of these with a manual. Um, hmm. Let me see. I think there was another one that I'll be able to get a read off of. All right. So yeah, this one's a manual. Oh, it says it's dead though, so I guess it's completely dead. Let's see. Is there another manual one? Yeah, this one's another one. Oh, dang it! And it also has the program cluster on it. What do we have here? We'll just have to see if we have a manual one or not when I go through. Okay, what do we got here? Bad CPU, yeah, 2008. Let's see, other voltage regulator. And this one's got the drive on it. So, I might have a small issue there with having the right flash, one that has the manual screen and that. I may have it though. I'll have to check with what I got. Okay. So let me save this one. All right. Save data file. I want it as an Intel hex. Let's see. So I believe 2009 is when they started doing the enable pin regulators. It may have been 2010. I'm not completely sure. I'll just write 2009 up. So program cluster, because that's what it says on it with a manual screen. All right, save that. Okay, so that is saved. Let's just try programming one of my other ones. So, yeah, don't need any of that information. I guess it sends the reset signal after. Okay, JFlashLite. Because this is the EDU version, I can't flash with the full program there, so we want JTAG. Okay. Alright, let's load a file in here. Oh, come on. Wrong folder. Okay, that one I know will not work, because it. What folder am I saving these in? I thought they were on here. And that one does us no good. Well, I know I have them on my GitHub. Let me just go pull them up on GitHub. Alright. Wrong ones. Okay. So we have, this one should work. Alright, let's just download this one. Okay, that'll be in my downloads folder. I know this is somewhere on my computer, I just don't know where I saved it, so we'll just go get that one. Alright, and we'll program this onto there. Error, could not download file. There we go. Okay, let's see if the screen works right. Okay, so we no longer say program screen. So yep, it was on there, and I believe the screen is working correctly. So yeah, it is as simple as it's a microcontroller flash. So if you have like a Tech 2 or any of those other capabilities of programming these over OBD2, that is your easy solution to the program cluster issue. So we have another one of these. We'll just knock it out and put the same flash on it also. So let me switch my screen over though, so that way I can look at what y'all are talking about in the chat. All right, and scoot that up. This one's got a nice and bright screen on it. Sometimes they start to get dim after a while. Generally, the little resistors under the screen need to be reflowed. Up late? Come on. Oh yes, I am very happy, James. I'm happy to be monetized too, because now that'll help me put more money into the channel, more projects and stuff. So be able to buy more random instrument clusters to put on here and mess with. And yeah, like I said, I wanna get a new microphone here soon. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, so this was pretty straightforward. It was just program the microcontroller and the that's it. So we'll get this one off the bench, and we'll take a look at some of the other ones before we move on to just programming another one of these. Because I said I was gonna do an hour stream. That's what I told my wife. Looks like we're 30 minutes into it. I don't think I have time to program. I mean, not to program, to replace an entire microcontroller. So it looks like probably just go through what we got. And there is one that Mario sent that might be an easy, quick fix. We'll see what we can get off of that one. Okay, so just move this guy out of the way. All right. It's not late. Where is it late? Yep, I'm up late again. Come on, isn't... Where is it late right now? Is it late in, like, California right now? Or is it early? Okay. So, here's one that'll be just interesting to show. This is one of the ones that Jeff sent. It's also missing a motor off of it, but it works when hot. So I will show you what he's talking about. That is pretty much the easiest way to diagnose bad CPUs on these, is they will work when they're hot but not when they're cold. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, and one of the perks of now being monetized is super chats. So y'all can only 1 hour. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So here we go. See, it came on and then shut off. So let's get the hot air station out and see if we can get it to come on and stay on. Oh, don't y'all enjoy that long beep? Um, what I was saying though is super chat. So people can now donate and chat. I always thought that was weird, that the whole concept of super chats, but I was like, well, since I can enable them, I'm going to, but I am not gonna sit here and beg people for them. You see people always like, oh yeah, I'll play. The gamers that do it, they're like, I'll play for another hour if you super chat me $20 or whatever. It's like, come on, get a life, get a life. Well, I guess it is their life, gaming and making money off of gaming. So I don't know. I don't get watching other people play video games. I just don't understand that. Okay, so that should be hot. Now, let's see if it stays on. It should stay on. So, this is a failing microcontroller. I don't know what fails inside them, but yeah, they get to where they won't stay on. You get them hot, and they'll stay on. So, yeah, see, it's not just shutting off immediately. So, this is a good way to diagnose a bad microcontroller. They just start um, they start to shut off when they get cold. I always get more of these repairs in. You're late because you didn't get a notification. Yeah, yeah, probably will happen since it's still kind of new to being monetized. Okay, so focus. Um, Bad microcontrollers, you generally see these more in the winter because it's cold in the truck, so they don't work. But in the summer, it's so hot in the truck, they'll continue to work. You get them up to like 120 degrees, and they just start working. So yeah, it's something failing inside the microcontroller causes them to go bad. You get them hot, and they'll work for a little while, but they'll as soon as they get cold, if you go throw this in the freezer and pull it out again, it'll be dead. So heating it up's not fixing it. It just gets it to show its face as, yeah, the microcontroller's a problem and it's not anything else. So yeah, this one's a bad CPU, so I have to take this CPU off and put a replacement on there, and that's the easy way to diagnose it as a bad CPU. Sometimes you'll get them too, where these voltage regulators have failed and they're just sending 12 volts into it, and that'll obviously make a bad CPU. But they generally pop a hole in them when that happens. And yeah, in that case, you have to replace the voltage regulator and the CPU. If you have one that has a blown hole, like a hole blown in the CPU, check your voltage regulators and make sure they're both putting out 5 volts before you put the new one on. You can take the old one off, but this one won't put out any voltage without the CPU. The CPU, I don't know where it is. Somewhere on the board, there's a MOSFET or a transistor that it turns on to enable it on these. The other ones have an enable pin. I believe they are hot all the time until they get the enable pin. But this one, there's something cuts to 12 volts. But you can test them. You just supply 12 volts. Just put ground and just supply 12 volts to the positive pin right there, and you can just check to make sure you're getting 5 volts out of it before you put your new microcontroller on. That way you don't pop a hole in your new one. I do have replacement microcontrollers. Just it takes too long to do one tonight. I could do it another night. I can save these and do another live stream if y'all prefer the live streams, or I can do it as an edited video because I have not done I don't think I've done one since I got the new camera, so I want to do a high quality edited video on replacing the microcontroller on here. Um, so yeah, this one definitely it's a bad microcontroller because it died while we were waiting on it. But yeah, heating them up, they'll work and they'll stay on quite a while. Sometimes once they're really gone bad, they'll quit working. Um, so uh yeah, no, I'm married and I have 4 kids, so I don't go out and party anymore. Partying, and I gotta be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'll be going to bed at a reasonable time tonight too. Yeah, partying is not for me. So let's see. This one, put that sticky note back on it. This one, we can leave the sticky note off of it because we have fixed that. So that is done. Okay, let's move on to the next one. All right, so this one has a shorted CPU. Um, let's see. I'm just curious if it's just dead or if it's hot. I wonder who is that. This one has some contact information for whoever owned it before Jeff. All right. So this one is mm, pulling half an amp. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that is shorted hot. I think I saw the magic smoke come out too. Holy cow. Yeah, that is a shorted CPU. Ooh, toasty. Voltage regulator was nice until toasty. All right. Okay, so yep, that one is a shorted CPU. Because that's the only thing on that 5-volt regulator. I was like, half an amp? That can't be shorted. Yeah, it is. Holy cow, okay. Alright. We got another one of the works when hot, so that can just sit there. Got another working but says program cluster. And this one just says dead, so let's see. Let's see how dead is dead. See if I can burn my finger again on a shorted CPU. Alright, how dead is dead? Alright, this one's only pulling 0.2 amps. And we're not getting hot there. Yeah, this one may just be a dead CPU. Let's try warming it up and see if that gives it any life or if it's just dead. Alright, should be warm enough to get it to turn on if it's if it's that particular way of failing. Nope, still nothing. Yeah. Okay. Well, yep, this one's just dead. Nothing else to it. Let's see if we got the 5 volts just out of curiosity. Just to see. Because there's nothing else on the note, it just says dead. So we don't know. We don't know what we got on here. We do have 5 volts. Okay. So yeah, just a dead microcontroller, not waking up. That's easy enough. Alright. So yeah, these all require new microcontrollers. I believe that is all 6 of the ones that Jeff sent that we kind of just went over here. I have one from Mario that we'll see what's going on with it. It may be just a quick fix on there. Alright. Let me grab the one he sent. Oh, I forgot which one's which now. I think this one's the one. Alright. Let's see. Nope, it's the other one. This one, he got a little toasty there. Let's see what this one's doing, just because I don't know. There's no note at all. I have no clue what's going on with the ones from Mario. Did I lose audio? Or is it just him? Okay, well, it shows I have audio on the screen here. Oh, let me ask. It may have just been you. I don't know. Alright. Okay, yeah, it's just you. Just you. Ooh, we got some green and some white, some red. Little. Okay. Is this one? I don't see anything other than probably doesn't read the odometer air. Yeah, that it's like extra crusty over there, super burnt. So I imagine it cannot read that. But I do like the. I think this is Mexican flag, right? With the green, red, and white. I don't know. I don't know my flags, but I believe that's Mexican flag. Um, see, all the LEDs working. Yeah, I was just trying to figure it out. So yeah, it looks like this one just has cannot read the EEPROM and totally used way too much heat taking the EEPROM off. Um, so probably be able to fix this one, but let's take a look at the other one. The other one I think is going to be a pretty easy repair. I think we just have to replace the screen on it, so I'm gonna grab that one and do it. I was gonna rob the screen off of this one for it because I thought this one was gonna be a dead microcontroller, but I guess I'll rob the screen off of one of my parts boards. I was looking for an excuse to not have to fix both of these. He sent 12 instrument clusters, 12 of them. It's a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do other than fix them all. Fix as many as I can at least. Alright. So this one looks like somebody was trying to scam someone. They just destroyed a screen and busted it. Yeah. Yeah. Why do people have to scam people? Like, I'm sure he sold this as a car with like a 50,000 miles or something stupid like that. So, yeah. Low mileage. Too bad the EEPROM's gone, so I was going to see how many miles are on it. But, yeah, see how many miles were on this low mileage car. But the EEPROM's gone, so... Alright, let's see if this thing works. If it works, I'll just replace the screen on it. Obviously, yeah, cool, it works. So I'll just replace the screen and see if that makes it work. Okay. Let's get the old one off of here first. Ugh. Oh, cool. No lifted pads, so not a great job, but no lifted pads, so cool. This one should be fun. I've never replaced the screen before. I have not had one of these come in with a messed up screen, so here is my parts board that I'm going to rob the screen off of. That really only leaves a couple of motors and this screen left on here. I mean, I've had to take this transformer off. I've taken the voltage regulators off. The microcontroller was dead. So yeah, I've taken that transistor there. So this one's getting pretty bare here. It's almost naked. And then I can send it to the recycler. I need to find a recycler here. I used to just take them to the junkyard in Valdosta. They get shoved in with the cars to get recycled. Recycled. I'm sure it was properly handled there. I think they just got crushed, but I don't know. I didn't ask questions, but he would buy them as scrap metal from me, so that's what I'd do. Alright, warning, y'all are going to get or actually, let me go into OBS and just turn down the desktop volume so that way you don't hear it. I'm unplugging the J-Link, I don't need it anymore. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. Alright, cool. So let's, we're going to get some flux, because flux makes our life easier. So what's everyone planning for tonight? What are you guys going to do tonight for New Year's Eve? Any crazy wild, like going to the strip club and bringing in the New Year's, right? Gonna go catch COVID out partying. Come on, guys, stay home. Stay home. Let's not spread the Rona. Let's not spread it. Let's leave the Rona in 2020 and not deal with this next year. Sleep with you. Hey, that's what I plan on going to bed early so that way 2021 comes sooner, not later. Have y'all seen the video of the racist kid getting knocked out by the Twisted Tea? Sorry, I don't know why it just came to mind. It's the best way to end 2020 is that video. That video is the greatest, and that kid totally deserved it. God, it made me so happy when that Twisted Tea just blew up all over his face. Like, God, he knocked him out. Well, actually, I don't think it knocked him out, but it knocked him to the ground, and then he got on him and started beating the daylights out of him. That video brings me so much joy. Yeah, Marvin knows what I'm talking about. There we go. It makes me so happy. What? How are people going to be openly that ignorant? I get it. People are stupid. Like, there are just stupid people out there. So, you can't fix that. Why you gotta, like, let the whole world know you're stupid? Keep your stupid at home. I think I'm getting clogged on this guy. Don't get me wrong, I'm no social justice warrior or anything, but I don't know. We're all equal here. There's nothing else to it. There's no if, and, ors, or buts about that. If you haven't seen the video, though, if any of y'all have not seen that video, when you're done, when the stream's done, look it up. Just look up Twisted Tea video. I'm sure it will come up. Or Twisted Tea knockout. Alright. Let's see, we got one leg over here still sticking. These are gonna be, this is gonna be as much of a pain as doing the 2003 ones of these, where every one of these little legs wants to stick. This screen I can abuse it because it's a broken one. The one that I need to get out right, I'll have to use some of that low melt solder to get that out of there to not bend this. Like I said, I've never taken one of these screens off. I've never had to service anything underneath it before, so. I've had to service a couple of the resistors, but I could reach them without taking the screen off. Oh, y'all can't see me. I'm holding this thing out of your view. Let's see. That one is still... Wiggling it like this, I can see which legs are sticking. Alright. I think that's all of them loose from that side. Alright. Clearly I have one sticking. Which one? I see it. Alright. And yep, gonna clean this up just a little bit on this side of it. That way the next one goes on easier. Alright, don't want those clogging up the whole thing. We got the little remnants of the broken legs from the guy that busted them stuck on there now. So I'm pretty sure this is just a shift register, but I'm going to take a picture of it so that way I can look it up later. Alright. Because I want to know how the screen works on these, but I'm pretty sure it is a shift register that it's using. Where is it? I'm trying to figure out where I just put the broken screen. Oh well, let me take a picture of this, and I was going to look at the bottom of the screen too. I like to keep photos of parts of the board that I don't look at often, just so that way I can refer to what chip does what. Oh, there's the broken screen. Okay. Yeah, they busted it pretty good there. Yeah, so same manufacturer as the screens on the 2003 to 2007 boards. But yeah, just a good old busted screen here. Alright, yeah, nothing interesting on the back side of it. Looks like we still got a couple of legs stuck there. And there's one leg left. Where'd it go? Which one's the one that's okay, the second right there. That should be the last one. There we go. Cool. So we got the old screen off. Let's get the new screen that we're going to use off of its board. Alright. So for this one, I'm going to use some flux, and then we're actually going to use some low melt solder to make it come off a little bit easier. Alright. Turn that off. There's the flux. And looks like we'll probably go a little bit over the hour. Alright. Low temperature solder, where did you go? Set this on the floor so I can look around my table. Where did I put it? It's supposed to be sitting on one of these rings up here, but looks like it may have fell. I may just use some leaded solder instead. I don't see my low temp. Because leaded is still lower temp than the unleaded solder, and it mixes, makes an alloy. It'll come off easier. Yeah, I'm not seeing the low temperature stuff. It probably fell on the floor and rolled away. I heard something fall earlier when I started the stream. It must have been that. Okay. We'll just use some leaded solder. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll just flood it with a bunch of leaded solder. That'll help drop the temp some. I'm doing the right one. I'm doing the wrong screen over here. I was like, that doesn't seem like enough legs. Doing the wrong screen. Why aren't you guys yelling at me in the chat? Going, you idiot, it's the wrong screen. Alright. Y'all were gonna let me take that whole screen off just so you could you guys just wanted to see what was under it. Y'all weren't gonna tell me. You let me take the whole thing off. I'm gonna turn on the fume extractor. That's a ton of fumes. Alright. So what do you guys prefer? Do y'all like the live streams or do you guys like the videos? Because I know in the videos I get to edit out a bunch of me. First of all, like I ramble a lot while I'm working, and so then I edit out a lot of just me talking about nonsense, and I still end up with a 30-minute video. Or do you like these live streams? I'm just curious what you guys, the viewers, would like to see more of. Holy crap, I had that zoomed in to where y'all couldn't see anything. What? Nobody. That's why y'all didn't tell me I was doing the wrong screen. You couldn't see anything. God. I'm messing up tonight. I sure am messing up this live stream. There we go. That's much better. So y'all don't care. Y'all just want content. You just said, just keep making videos and we're happy. So. See, I like doing the live streams because I get to talk to you guys. It's not just me talking about whatever I feel like. I mean, it's still me talking about whatever I feel like. I mean, we're talking about Twisted Tea Guy over here just a minute ago. Yeah, this leaded solder is making that stuff come off so much easier than I was fighting with on the other one. let's see, I think I might be getting clogged again. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it, guys? There it is. Oh yeah, getting clogged. I might actually have to, it's nice and hot, and I can't clean it up. I'm just gonna have to keep doing this. Alright, that one doesn't want to flow. So sometimes you'll run into these, I don't know if you'll have noticed that before, where it just doesn't want to flow. Add a little extra solder and it'll come out. As a viewer, I enjoy watching mainly the 99 to 06 Chevy Tahoe, etc. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely do more content on those. I haven't been doing a ton of content on them lately, just because I feel like I've put out like way too much of it. My original goal of this channel was to do videos of instrument clusters that you just don't see on YouTube much. But the problem is I moved away. I don't have a junkyard anymore to just go grab instrument clusters from to mess with. So, you know, I can't keep to that goal anymore. So, yeah, I could definitely do more stuff on the the 03 to 07 and the 99 to 02 stuff. Especially the 99 to 02. I know that one pretty well, and a lot of guys don't do videos on them. Alright. So we have so much solder that just travels all the way up here on these legs, and it just doesn't get quite hot enough to get it. So... Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever replaced these screens on I've done the screen replacements on the 99, or sorry, the 03 to 07. I don't think I've ever done it in a video. Oh man, that one. There's so many little pins here. Grab one. I mean, there's so many of them, and they're so close together. It's really hard to get this thing lined up and back on there. I imagine we're going to run into this one not being fun to put back on, but whatever. Definitely going to go over the 1 hour mark that my goal was for the video, but that's okay. We won't be too far over it, I don't think. Let's try with some solder wick now. I'm feeling like, oh, hey look, I found the low temperature solder. It was sitting right next to the solder wick. It didn't fall. Okay. See this. See, now y'all are probably going to see the top of my bald head instead. I know some of you guys use solder wick exclusively for everything instead of using, you know, one of these or one of these guys. But yeah, I don't like these. These things suck, literally and figuratively. Like, mine is useless at this point. So full of flux and shit. Yes, yes, a desoldering gun is 100% worth buying. The one thing you gotta keep note of is every 4 or 5 instrument clusters you do, you gotta clean out this thing. But other than that, buy a wig. No, no wigs for me. But yeah, oh god, I would never go back to using one of these, even though there are some really good ones. That's a really cheap one. I had one of the nice ones, but I gave it to a friend after I bought this. After I bought this guy. All right, let's see what legs are still stuck. I can see that one's still stuck. Pretty much all of them. That one's not stuck. Those guys aren't stuck. Those 3 aren't. Cool. These ones aren't. So just those 2 are still stuck. That one's stuck. Those are all free. And most of these that are still stuck, it's just little tiny bits of solder right there. Let's try this. Let's try using the solder wick up here on this side of it. See if that... We're figuring this out together. We're figuring out what works best to get this screen off of here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of those little handheld sucker things. I don't know. They work all right for a little bit, but after you use them for a while, they don't work. Even the high quality ones, if you clean them regularly, they will work forever. I can't think of the brand name. It is a brand name. I just can't think of the company that makes it, but it is a pretty decent one. Most of these are loose, but let's go ahead and just hit them anyways. Okay, now let's see. I could probably get it out with the hot air station, but I would use the low temp solder first before I tried that. I'm just feeling around to see how many of these are still stuck. Pretty much all of them now that I did that. You're not. This is a problem. So I got it hot, so now I can't take it apart and clear out the thing, but it's time to clear it out, so now I'm having to clean it more. That's not normal with it. You're normally not clearing clocks. Alright, I'm just gonna deal with it hot. Alright, so I'll show you guys how to clear this thing out. Alright, there you go. and then it needs a new filter in it, and it needs all of that leaded, or all that solder out of there. Alright. So yeah, it's got this little spring to help catch it all in. Alright. So now I should go lick my fingers, right guys? Lead. Alright, and let's see, where is the filters? I know I have more replacement filters. When I run out of the filters, I just crumble up tech wipes and put them on there. But I bought some replacement filters recently. I know I have them. I don't know where I put them. I'll just use, oh, there they are. Here they are. So, yeah, that's the last one. Be back to tech wipes soon. Alright. Oh no, the filter got caught. The filter just helps keep it from all the stuff getting down in the pump. The pump occasionally gets clogged up with flux if you use a lot of flux while you're desoldering. You just run some rubbing alcohol through it and that fixes it. There we go. Go. Best way to contact me for repair is email. To email me, you can find my email address on the About section of this if you're using a web browser. So just go to my YouTube channel's About section with a PC-based browser, and it will say contact for business inquiry, and just click that and you can contact me. It won't show up on cell phones though, so if you're using a cell phone, or I don't think it'll work on Linux PCs either. It's a YouTube thing. I don't know why it's like that. You'd have to ask YouTube. So you guys decided to watch a 20-minute video of me struggling to desolder a screen, because I think we're now into 15-20 minutes of doing this. See, the other one was better because I could abuse it. I didn't care if I cracked the screen. This one I do care. Alright. That one. Okay, that whole top row's loose. I don't know if that one is. should be that whole row. Okay. Yep. And there it went. It came off nice and easy now. All right. Do I have a preferred fluid? So I use this is what I use. It's just because it's what I use. It's not like a preference thing. I know a lot of guys use gear oil instead, and I know of at least one person that uses PEG 40, you know, the air conditioning oil. I guess it's just because he has a bunch of it. So yeah. Wouldn't that have been a shame if I cracked the screen dropping it? Like it just fell off the desk after I spent all that time taking it off. Like 2020 here to troll me one last time. All right. Done with this. It did bend these legs though, so it's gonna make it take a little longer to line up, but whatever. Which way's up and which way's down? Ah, that's upside down. Well, it can only go on one way, I guess. Alright. We gotta clean up some of these on here. Alright. I can see at least one via clogged. It looks like it's just the one. So I just gotta take care of that one and then we'll be good. Okay, there we go. Let's put the new screen on. Okay, there goes the bottom ones lined up. Now let's get the top ones lined up. Should have started with the top, there's more of them. Alright, does that look level? No, it does not. We're rocking. One of these guys isn't letting it go nice and level. It's that leg right there. There we go. Cool. Nice and level now. Alright. Now we just get to do a little drag solder on here and it should work. Finally wrapping up this. And then we can wrap up the live stream after this. So what should I, now that I'm monetized, should I do like all the famous people? Let me know you liked the video by dropping a super chat. Just kidding. Don't super chat me, please don't. I'll be, I don't know. I won't know how to say thank you. It's like the first time I got an email from YouTube. People like a viewer from YouTube. I was like, I didn't know how. I was like, how do I... Thank you for watching the channel. This is awkward. Oh no, I gotta become like one of the famous YouTubers and start shilling some random VPN service that gets hacked. Uh, buy NordVPN, whatever. I never got that, like shilling like a random product that you don't use, like, or whatever. I'm more than happy to like do a sponsored video for PCB manufacturers. Like I've done one with Next PCB before, and I liked doing that because I liked what they provided me. It was a good service. But like I don't know, pushing, um, pushing whatever random thing is weird to me. Like um, one of my favorite YouTubers, StyroPyro. He does these really cool videos with lasers and high voltage, and it's like all like super dangerous. And he I totally get why he's doing it though. He explained it, and it's cool. Like he shills these little video games on his channel, just to fund the channel. Uh, and the content he produces, it's worth it. But you see a lot of like smaller guys doing stuff like I do, that'll do that. Nah, I don't know. It's not for me. But like if Banggood wants to send me something to review, hell yeah, I'll review a product. But I don't know. Random random video game on the Play Store wants to, no, not happening. It's just not going to happen. Ah, well, guess Super Lube should thank me then. But yeah, I use the Super Lube because it's what I use. That's all there is to it. It's not any real rhyme or reason to it other than it is a silicone based oil that is food grade dielectric, and it's relatively inert, so it doesn't damage a lot of plastic components and stuff. So I just went with something that was pretty inert, so that way I wasn't worried about it melting through the plastic that was in there, breaking down whatever um, the O-ring that's inside there's made out of. That's why I use the Super Lube. It's just it is relatively inert. Okay, just clean this off real quick. Make sure we don't have any bridges. I don't see any. Maybe there, but I think those are all bridged anyway, so it doesn't matter. Cool. Yeah, I don't see any bridges. All right, let's see if the screen works on here, or if we also have issues with the drive circuit. All right. This better work. I better not have to do anything else to get the screen to work on here. Even if it doesn't work, this is pretty much going to be... it works, but it's dim. Okay, so this guy probably needs to be replaced. Either that or those resistors under it are cracked. But it is physically working. So I'm just going to replace the IC there real quick. Alright. Lost connection there for a second. Not sure what happened. But, okay. We'll just swap the IC on the board real quick, see if that fixes it. It's probably the little resistors under the screen. Should have just reflowed the damn things while I had it apart. Doing all this work for a 4-gauge cluster. This one smells like cologne when it's getting hot. I'm guessing Mario wears a lot of cologne. Ah, I got it upside down. Stop shaking hand. There we go. Totally have a bridge there, though. Actually, it's not bridge, but it's still pretty excessive on the... Okay, let that cool off for a second, and then we will check it again. Also could be the IC, but... I'm just glancing at the little resistors under it. All right. Cool. It's not hot anymore. Alright. It is just super, super dim. Probably the IC then. If not, it's the little resistors. Those are a pain. I always just use the J-hook to get down there and reflow them. Let's try to get this sticky stuff off. When I say sticky stuff, I mean conformal coating. Sometimes if you get it just right, you can just peel it right off, so that way you don't have to deal with the conformal coating. I'll replace this IC, and then I am ending the live stream. I gotta go help with dinner. Alright. Oh well, it comes off with heat. We'll just take it off with the... It's just nice when it'll peel right off of there, but the conformal coating melts. It's not a big deal. I always take it off with the EPROMs when I change them, but see, it turns to liquid. Like everybody says about stuck on bolts, can't be stuck if you're a liquid. Alright. And let's just clean up some of that with the... Oh, so what do you guys want to talk about? I'm just sitting here silently because I can't think of anything to talk about. because we already talked about um, the new law that they're for odometer tampering going back 20 years instead of 10 years. So no longer having those 10-year exemptions. So if your vehicle was made in 2011, it's going to have to show a odometer reading on the sale of the vehicle all the way up to 2031 instead of 2021. They have exempted everything from before that, though. Yeah, they need to make a law that gives us wiring diagrams to everything. So they they did pass a right to repair law in Massachusetts, but pretty much the main focus of it is not getting us all wiring diagrams to our car. I wish it did. Um, but it's a step in the right direction, but it's not getting us all the way where we want to be. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I didn't leave any solder on there when I cleaned it up, so that was just sitting there. All right. I was looking at it and I was like, there's no solder on any of those pads. Rotate. Okay. Yeah, so what the law does do, one of the good things that law does do is it gives, so if you live in Massachusetts and you have a car and it has a diagnostic error code, and it's a car that is like has one of those infotainment centers that's attached to the internet and stuff. The manufacturers are required to give you an app now that just tells you what that diagnostic code is, so you don't have to go take it into a dealer and get them to read the code for you and charge you a fee just for reading your code. That's one of the things that's coming out of that. Um, there was something else on that law too, though. I didn't read too much about it because it was super exciting at first because the original bill had a ton more stuff in it, and then seeing what got approved was still great. It was a step in the right direction, but it was not, you know, everything that we were hoping for. All right, get some flux back there. Working behind the screen is always fun. Touch more solder. Yeah, so we need more right to repair laws. Definitely need more right to repair laws. But the only way we get them is if you guys ask your congressman for them, ask your governor for them. These guys work for you, so y'all gotta talk to them in your state, because they're only gonna care about their own constituents. They don't care if Louis Rossman flies down from New York and talks to them. They don't care if I'm on YouTube telling them that they should do it. They care about their constituents, the people that vote for them and keep them in office, and the lobbyists that pay them tons of money. Those are the two groups of people they really care about, and that's it. No, I wouldn't say bigwigs paid politicians to protect their stuff. It just basically the law was aimed at automotive electronics. A bunch of consumer electronic stuff got shoved in there. It went up to them. They're like, this should be separate. This shouldn't be the same bill. And then they passed it as the separate one of the original automotive stuff, if that makes sense. I know I'm kind of dumbing it down and not going through the whole process of it. But yeah, I don't think they got paid off. The manufacturers are not happy about that. I mean, think about how much money they make just reading diagnostic codes and stuff. Um, so, hmm, I must not have got that on there. Yeah, I'll finish this one later. I will definitely follow up on it. But I think that IC may have been bad that I pulled off of the other board. So I'll have to follow up on this one, do another video later because I have to go and help cook because I said I was only going to do an hour stream and it's been an hour and a half. Um, but yeah, so I appreciate you guys joining the live stream. I appreciate you guys sticking with the channel now that I'm monetized. That was super exciting, and I guess I have to say Happy New Fear because we're going into to 2021 here. We don't know what to expect. I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely. I pulled this IC off of a parts board. It could totally be a dead IC that I just put on there. So yeah, this one, I gotta go. I'd love to finish it because fixing these screens, like the dim screen's an easy repair. It's always either the resistors that are right about here, or the MOSFET, which it was not the MOSFET, we just replaced it, or it's the drive IC, and we're leaving off with not fixing the drive IC here. So I'm pretty sure I just put a dead one off of the other board, which is why we don't have any screens now, because both screens didn't come on if y'all didn't catch that. So yeah, definitely, definitely still got to do some work to it, but I mean, it's now got a working screen instead of being dead, which is an improvement instead of having a busted screen. So cool. I mean, I got to take that off. That was cool. So now I get to look at everything that's underneath here. I've been curious what's all down there. So yeah, happy new fear, and I will see you guys next year.